My replicants will live as long or as short as a customer will pay. My replicants will never rebel. They will never run. They will simply obey.
Just testing whether I'm a replicant. Who is it, Mr. Deckard?
Just answer the question, please.
We need more replicants than can ever be assembled. Millions, so we can be trillions.
All right, I got this here. I waited till after work, waited till after dinner, and now I'm here. I'm not messing around. I'm opening this thing. Came in the mail today. Getting into it. Blade Runner box. Let's not mess around anymore. Oh, yeah.
Ten skin jobs. Isn't that why we branded them?
I got my replicant. Oh, yeah. That replicant, the Tonto, black and purple, already feels amazing. All right, let's look at this for a moment. Rounded spine. Feels like my Alphabeast spine kind of there. I really like the spine on these. The BRS logo right there. What comes with this? Underneath the foam is a card, BRS sticker, and microfiber cloth. Cool. I just got to do this now. I'm going to go play with this for a while and I'll be back. We're going to talk about the blade. We're going to talk about the handles. We're going to talk about the whole knife and see what's up. Later. I'll see you in a second. Here with Tim Soti, and we're here to talk about BRS. We're talking replicants.
Me, being a knife person, I hate the term knife guy. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm a little, I'm like a social justice warrior that's triggered or something.
The replicant comes in this. So we got a couple BRSs here. I was wanting one for quite a long time and stoked to get it on the drop. 154 cm steel, phosphorus bronze washers, titanium spacers and liners, G10 scales.
Titanium pocket clip if you just keep it.
Yeah.
The latch is not, because I tested it with a magnet and it stuck.
But there's this little plate under here which makes it so that when you're taking the latch out and taking out these screws and putting them back in, you don't have to grind them down. They're the same height enough to reach the other side of these sex bolts. And this thing has such a good sound, a good drop.
Yeah.
It really does, especially to me without the latch on. It got a lot like true,
yeah,
without a rattle.
It has like a little bit of satisfying clack to it.
Here's our pizza. You're gonna leave this for a bit, right?
I don't know, I haven't decided.
Put on the new one, so what I had to do is take out some of the center of the paracord strings, pull them out from the center and leave only a few, and then feed it underneath through here behind the pin. I tried a different kind of knot, and this happens to me often. I start watching somebody's video how to tie a knot. I'm like, I want a little ball there, and I started their thing, and I thought I did it, and then I burn it and put it, and then I look at it, and it no longer looks right. But but it's a little nub.
It's functional. I went a little bit lanyard loco recently.
Yeah.
I was just trying to teach myself how to do it, so I would make these super long ones.
This is where I have to confess something to you.
What?
So remember we put the purple lanyard on my Spyderco Tanto?
What happened?
I had to cut it off and take it off. I'm really sorry, buddy.
Mommy!
I like it better without it. I'm sorry, dude.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to hurt
No,
you.
I know.
I felt kind of
You're
bad
not-
as I was doing it. I was like, Tim made me this lanyard, and
No, I know. You're not as into it, the lanyards.
I do like lanyard in some
What a
cases.
beautiful-
Like I did this on my Kraken.
Wow.
Great, and I kind of did it.
That
too.
looks really cool.
Yeah, I think that just looks cool, and
don't-
I think this looks cool.
Yeah, that looks good.
And I do this on my Alpha Beast. You were trying first for the red and the black, and the
Yeah.
alt version.
Yeah, the red and black scales. I like this blade. That blade is obviously super badass, but yeah, I was going for red. They did a drop, and they all sold within 8 minutes.
What's better, that pizza or this replicant?
This G10 pattern,
Uh-huh.
it appears to be unique to every knife because that's how they make G10 is they have these layers of materials, and then when they shave it away like that, or they can
Right.
create these patterns.
I can immediately tell how great this thing is. I mean, the way it fans. And how does it compare to my BRS Beast, same company? I'm really used to this one because I'm comfortable with doing aerials, throwing this thing up in the air and catching it in a way that I'm not going to kill myself. Like anytime I have a new knife, I'm always like learning it for a moment. Like, oh, this is the weight of it. Yeah. This knife reacts way different than their Alpha Beast to me.
Yeah.
They're
it's
very
really
different knives. These handles feel thicker and you feel that. The Replicant feels kind of like a more modern knife than say the Alpha Beast. And the Alpha Beast, like the way the handles are made and everything, it looks more like a classic Balisong. Before I started really getting into collecting Balisongs, this was the first real bladed one. And this thing still to this day scares the shit out of me to use because I cut myself really good with it.
I have one of these too. It's the sort of jade G10.
Yeah, it's a great starting Balisong, but it's shorter handles than most Balisongs, and it's heavy. I leave the latch on because I just never flip this thing.
It's definitely affordable. It's 154 cm blade steel.
If somebody has $120 and that's all they have and they want to buy a good Balisong or the Lucha.
Or the Lucia, yes.
Yeah, the Lucha is good by Kershaw. And the Bradley, they're in that similar price point.
I think it would be like a good one to carry around as a functional knife.
Yes.
Just like the Lucha, they use steel in the handles.
One of my first premium Balisongs, the
Benchmade.
Benchmade. This one is made so well.
What would you call that blade style?
I think they call it a Warncliffe, but it also looks like a
Sheep's foot?
sheep's foot. This to me is made really strong. It's the smoothest with the bearing washers.
Yeah, man, that is smooth. But the latch, I think, is nice on that. It doesn't get in your way. It springs out straight like that.
That's a magnet in there. 2 magnets pushing opposite ways.
Yeah.
It's not even a spring. So spring latches,
I thought it was a spring.
which I'm not a big fan of spring latches, just because it's another component that seems like it can pop off.
I think you're just not a fan of latches.
I'm not a fan of latches. But on certain knives, like I would not take the latch off of this because it stays out of the way. The paracord latch always stays out of the way, I've noticed. Every time I look at it, it's out like that.
Yeah, I think you sold me. I'm going to put one on mine.
And talk about killer Balisongs.
Yeah,
Tropos.
actually, I need a shave. Can you
Yeah.
shave me? I really like that Atropos, whatever the hell it is, with the
Oh, the striker.
straight blade.
Yeah, that one fans really, really good. We were talking about the replicants and how they fan really well.
It's ridiculous. I could do it all day.
Atropos knives fan to me the best. The deal is these are longer handles than any knife here. Same with the Demon Light here, man. Every other flipper has to flip as good as this guy, man.
I'm guessing those handles are aluminum.
It's all silver, and I got the white thing there. And when it's flipping, it films really well and looks really well.
It does the fanning looks good.
But
yeah, with this thing,
I think the BRS Replicant may take the lead. Yeah, they're really, really made well and respond really well and look really cool. It doesn't even matter that they're not channeled handles on these knives. That's what's crazy. The Alphabeast and the Replicant both are not channeled knives.
I didn't know that.
But channeled handles are so revered by people. I like channeled handles a lot. My squid.
The squid industry.
Yeah, my Kraken.
I really like that Memento Mori for some reason. It's like a good kind of smallish fit in your hand or something.
That's a really cool knife. Memento Mori in comparison to the BRS. There that guy is. Bearing washers, really high-end steel M390, higher-end steel than any of the other Balisongs here, with silver and titanium and a really cool-looking blade. I love this knife, but it's not, I don't use it for flipping. Not like this BRS Replicant. Son of a bitch! This, just for flipping, unfortunately leaves this in the dust.
You know what? I should flip this record.
Let's talk about that. We're listening to the Blade Runner soundtrack 2049. I really dug this movie, and the soundtrack is really good. Hans Zimmer and cool inserts, cool pictures. The original Blade Runner is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is also a really favorite of mine too. I really think they did a great job of this.
I guess I like Ryan Gosling, who plays a replicant in the movie. They introduced that fact so subtly and so gradually. It's like at one point you just realize, oh, he's a replicant.
I think they keep you going back and forth. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
Yeah.
One of like 4 movies I own in my iTunes account. I think the other one was like Pompeii, because I was drunk and thought it would be good.
Pink Floyd at Pompeii?
No, that would be great.
Yeah.
No, Pompeii, it was like some gladiator movie, like really bad.
I had never heard
Really
of it.
bad.
I know Gladiator.
It's on that level of like, cheesy kind of thing. Drinking this beer earlier, Ebolden, Simply Nectron, San Diego, California. Kind of looked sci-fi label. Kind of had colors that worked. You'll notice I matched the purple with the purple.
How's the taste?
It's very good. It's a good IPA. This thing is badass. We got BRSs. Bladed Fairies.
Give me more life.
BRS knives.
Right. Calm down, dude. Jesus, man.
I'm just kidding. We're not going to use any of that. You don't know what just happened.
You didn't hear it.
BRS. The Replicant.
As I was getting a little edgier and I was listening to AC/DC and everything, I ventured over to the Kobe swap meet and went and bought a butterfly knife, which was cheap as hell. But you know, it lasted me until about a year ago.
You know what's funny about the name Replicant? Makes it sound like it's a clone of something, but it's not a clone. But they call it a replicant.
Well,
so
because of the movie.
The movie,
yeah.
Of course, the movie, Replicants.
I don't remember Alphabeast from the movie. What's
That's
that?
the thing too. I don't either. But you know,
I think that might be the kind of replicant that Roy is.
Oh yeah, the Alphabeast. I think you're right.
He's a different kind of replicant.
I'm gonna watch it again and see if they talk about Alphabeast.
It's always good.
Oh yeah, I've watched that movie 100 times. I'm like, where does Alphabeast come up? I wonder how many people out there don't realize that BRS Blade Runner Systems is named after the movie. And if anybody wants proof, you know, I think this is freaking cool, but look at the font of Blade Runner on their box. Blade Runner Systems. And then look at the font of Blade Runner. Really cool. What are we gonna call our knife company? Blade something. Blade Runner. Oh, that's awesome. Well, we just can't call it Blade Runner. Okay, well, let's call it Blade Runner Systems. Bam! There's a killer knife name, Blade Runner Systems, man. And I got into them and I'm like, I'm so stoked that this company named Blade Runner one of my favorite movies. The combo together, I just think is so cool. Blade Runner Systems. Anybody out there who's not seen the original movie Blade Runner, like younger people, I really suggest go watching that, because that movie stands the test of time.
It's still good.
Yeah, it's great.
It holds up.
And if you haven't seen 2049, I would definitely go see that too, because it's killer. And I bet you those guys too dig that movie. We're gonna move this crap and do a paper cut test. Watch. You get half and I get half, and we're gonna do a paper cut test.
That's slightly larger than that.
Yours is slightly larger. You wanna give me some of yours? In case we didn't think the BRSs were sharp.
I've already cut myself 4 times with this fucking thing.
I cut deep. I start deep. She cut me. Really sharp. That's why we're called the bladed fairies, by the way, because we didn't want to be too macho about stuff, having a knife gang and all. We come out of the closet with knives. Fairies wear boots, and you know it's true.
You gotta believe me. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Jesus Christ, let's turn off this video. All right, thank you guys for watching. Finally got one. Very happy about it. Let's see yours up here, Tim. Yeah, there they are, sitting pretty. Adios, amigos. This is Damn Right I Got Knives, signing out.